Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood. Now at 11 p.m.
Tonight, a dangerous high-speed chase after deputies pull over a man wanted in another county. How they finally put this to an end. Plus, even more changes coming to Orlando's downtown to try and make nightlife safer, especially on the busy weekends. Is it working? We're checking it out. But first tonight, new at 11, we're learning about yet another swatting call, this one at a local hospital. Good evening to you. I'm Eric Von Eycken. Glad you're with us on this Saturday. It's a fake phone call to 911 that brings out the SWAT team in full force. Cocoa Beach police tell us that they got calls about a shooting tonight at Cape Canaveral Hospital, so of course they took it seriously and raced over, but it turns out it was a hoax. After multiple sweeps of the hospital, police say they found no credible evidence of any shooting there. They say it was apparently the latest swatting call. Police tell us they will still continue to investigate this tonight. Our other top story, undoing a decade-old safety precaution in downtown Orlando. After the mass shooting on Halloween there, we told you how city leaders opened up Orange Avenue to cars to try and force people partying there on the weekends back onto the sidewalk and to try to control the crowd. Well, tonight, two more streets in the middle of downtown Orlando opened up to traffic. Will it get results? News 6's Jarrell Baker is there with what this is supposed to do and what it is actually doing tonight anyway. All right, Jarrell, and I actually talked to the Orlando City Commissioner who oversees downtown Orlando. This is her district, Shan Rose. I asked her about opening up the streets. She told me it's all about the evolution of downtown Orlando.
Out of the car now! Everyone, you got to be fleeing.
This is body camera and now helicopter camera video from the Volusia County Sheriff's Office trying to pull over Randolph Brown, they say, a man wanted on aggravated assault charges in Lake County. When they tried to arrest him in De Leon Springs, he drove off. So that chase continued for about an hour yesterday. It caused a crash that hurt two drivers, innocent drivers. Eventually, Brown tried to get out of his car and run after the crash, but that didn't work for him.
Running towards the 7-Eleven around eastbound on 44.
Parking! Parking red! Parking! Parking red! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do it now! Get on the ground!
That dog caught up quick after deputies arrested him. They say they found a loaded gun and a backpack full of drugs in his car. He's being held without bond on a bunch of charges, including resisting arrest. Tonight, we are asking questions about police opening fire in Titusville. This situation unfolded on Robbins Avenue last night in a neighborhood off Garden Street. Police say they had been called to the area for a suspicious incident when they saw a man, Tremaria Charles, with a handgun. Police have not told us, though, exactly what happened next, only that shots were fired and Charles was taken to the hospital where he died. The officers involved are on leave, which is standard procedure in a situation like this. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the Brevard County Sheriff's Office are investigating. Titusville's mayor, though, took to Facebook to address the shooting, saying the community is hurting. He said, quote, "There will be no rush to judgment, but there will be no cover-ups either. As your mayor, I'm committed to justice, fairness, and ensuring that our city remains a place where all residents feel safe, respected, and heard. This is a moment for us to come together, not to be divided," end of quote. We will continue to follow this investigation.
My older son, who was used to me being very, very involved in his classes, always asked me, he's like, "Why can't you come?"
This is video from almost 2 years ago in 2023 when that woman, Victoria Trice, sued Orange County Public Schools after being told she could not volunteer in her son's classroom at Sand Lake Elementary School back in 2021. The story went viral from the beginning. That Orange County mom denied from volunteering at her son's school because she posted pornographic content on the website OnlyFans. She sued the school district, and now we're learning the judge has made a decision ruling with the school. The judge said Trice had no right to volunteer, nor did the school have to let her just because she was a parent. We've reached out to her attorneys for a comment on this decision. As soon as we hear back, we'll let you know. NASA's Artemis moon mission has been a hot topic of debate for almost 10 years now, especially as it got more delayed and more over budget by billions of dollars. And now, with a new administration prioritizing cuts to government spending, we're seeing our first sign that Artemis and its heavy lift rocket, the SLS, could be on the chopping block. One of the main contractors, Boeing, is taking the initiative, notifying employees that because of possible changes coming to the Artemis mission, they might be out of a job. According to a statement from Boeing sent to News 6, the SLS team may be cut by 400 people this coming April. So this means the company will send out 60-day layoff notices, as they're required to do by federal law. But Boeing says they're working to minimize those job losses and move impacted employees somewhere else in the company. Government watchdog groups have called the Artemis program unsustainable, and Elon Musk, leading the Department of Government Efficiency, has called Artemis extremely inefficient. A top concern of the new administration when it comes to space is bringing these two, Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, home. They launched, remember, to the International Space Station, originally for an 8-day mission on the Boeing Starliner capsule, and then 8 months later, they're still there because their Boeing ride home, NASA felt, was too risky when thruster problems popped up. So competitor SpaceX is sending a Dragon capsule to bring both astronauts home next month. But one of them, Sonny, says the long stay hasn't been all bad.
Well, like where we are right now, you come and look out the window and you just go, wow, I got to pinch myself to be able to have this view, to be able to share this view. I mean, I think one of the things I was regretting from a short duration mission was it's hard to share the whole thing with people. And on a long duration mission, you get that opportunity where you get to talk to people, get to talk to school kids. So I think that's in the back of my head. Hey, it's an opportunity, like, let's do it.
Yeah, certainly one way to look at it. Sonny says the main things she misses are a good coffee and petting her dogs. Another warm day today could mean more fog overnight. Samara.
That is correct, Eric. And as we take a look at visibilities right now, we are good in that 10-mile range, but we notice those contours there moving in to parts of northwestern Marion County. I'll show you how thick the fog will get, how long it's going to last, and what to expect for your Super Bowl Sunday in minutes.
And if too much clothing is making your closet rack fall down, how to get it back up on the wall and make it stay, this time for good. We're using something called toggle bolts. What? That's just ahead. We're getting results at home coming up.
It's time to play America's favorite jackpot game. This is Powerball. Good evening, America. I'm Laura Johnson. Tonight we have another life-changing jackpot for you. It's worth an estimated $130.8 million. So get those tickets out. Let's play. That first number up is 60. Followed by the number 62. Tonight we're going to meet Anthony Colligan, who won $2 million playing Powerball. Now for the rest of those numbers, we've got 23, 57, rounding it out with 44. Your Powerball number tonight, good luck everyone, is 9, and your Power Play multiplier is 2. We'll see you back here Monday night. Good night, everyone.
Meteorologist Samara Kukina's back with us. I showed up to Bob's house and I said, I brought the right anchor with me. And he looked in my bag. I'm like, no, I'm the anchor. He didn't, yeah. Anyway.
He's not news anymore, Eric.
Yeah, right.
He's retired. Let the man be.
Major fog this morning, and we got more on the way. I mean, it was dangerous to drive. I told you I was out driving my son to soccer very early this morning. It was tough. And
there will be areas where it's a little more dense compared to others, so just be on the lookout for patchy, dense fog development. I think it's going to happen a little bit closer to sunrise because we look at the Daytona Beach Skycam tonight. Really not too much going on. Traffic looks good out there on Main Street, A1A. Traffic running smoothly, not too much going going on out there. But I can tell you today, temperature-wise, we were well above average. Typically this time of year, we're at 74. We got up to 83, about 5 degrees shy of that heat record of 88 set back in 1904. So definitely feeling more like spring compared to winter, even though it is Florida. Here's a look at visibilities. Right now, 10 miles all across central Florida, but you'll notice that these light gray colors, those are the contours that indicate the fog, already moving into northwestern portions of Marion County tonight. I do believe that the fog is going to thicken up overnight going into tomorrow morning, so we will be dealing with that patchy, dense fog early tomorrow morning through about mid-morning. Then it's going to clear out. We're going to see dry and sunny conditions for the afternoon. Super Bowl Sunday, above average warmth is expected. Once again, we'll be in the lower 80s. So I think we're actually going to be closer to near record heat. So with a high temperature of 85 degrees tomorrow, we'll be within 2 degrees shy of that heat record of 87 that was set back in 1921. So we'll let you know if we get close to it or not. But the Super Bowl forecast for tonight, or tomorrow rather, for your watch parties, it's going to look great here in Central Florida. I think temperatures are going to stay in the lower 80s around 6 o'clock. Kickoff is at 6:30. As we get closer to that 8 o'clock halftime show time, temperatures will be right around 75. And then as we wrap everything up, we'll be in the upper 60s under mainly clear skies with fog potential again early on Monday morning. Here's a look at that dry conditions in the upper levels of the atmosphere. The water vapor imagery showing a bunch of dry air mass, and it's basically all the deep orange colors that you look at here on the map. So as I take you hour by hour, here's a look at your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency? You ought to call Strata.
So for tonight, notice everything is nice and clear, but we get closer to about that 5 o'clock in the morning hour. That's when we start to see these contours show up, and that is a little bit of fog. And I know that it looks like Orlando to the south, but I do believe it will go along the I-4 corridor and then a little bit to the north and west as well. That is going to last to about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. Then lots of sunshine, warm conditions all afternoon long. Again, we're talking mid-80s. Not typical for this time of year, almost about 10 to 11 degrees above average. And when we look at the dry conditions, we're not expecting any rain until late in the work week. Notice that rain chance at 30% Thursday and then 20% on Friday. It has everything to do with a very weak cold front that we're going to start pinpointing early in the work week. Notice this is Tuesday going into Wednesday. You'll notice that that front is still to our north, bringing quite a bit of rain from Atlanta to the north and back toward portions of Alabama and even Mississippi and Louisiana. But notice that we're not seeing much here in Central Florida until we start to get into Thursday and Friday. And again, our rain chances aren't that great. Your overnight lows under mainly clear skies will be in the mid to upper 50s north and west of I-4, around the I-4 corridor and back to the coastline. We're talking about the lower 60s, even the mid 50s farther north into Flagler County. Fog will be a contender for that early morning forecast. So let's get you some results. Show you your pinpoint accurate 7-day forecast. We'll get through about mid-morning, high temperatures right around 85. We're staying in the mid to upper 80s all the way through Thursday. A rain chance at 30%, and then we go down to 20% on Friday. But notice the dip in temperature, 87 to 81.
Yeah.
That's getting us closer to average, but we're still above average for this time of year. So warm and dry. We'll definitely need that rain come Thursday.
First, we're going to hit that 87. Yeah.
I know.
Wow. Samara, thank you. Here's tonight's Florida lottery drawing. Good luck.
Good evening. It's your Saturday, February 8th. Lotto with double play and Fantasy 5 games. Hello, I'm Randy Trainer. Tonight's Florida Lotto jackpot is worth $4.5 million. Check out my winning Lotto numbers. Let's start things off with 15. Next, 6, followed by 4, 7, 32, and your final number tonight is going to be 48. And we got another great chance for you to win with Florida Lotto's double play here. Those winning numbers: 43, 25, 24, 44, 30, and 46. Now let's play Fantasy 5, where you can win hundreds of thousands of dollars. Tonight's winning Fantasy 5 numbers: 23, 33, 18, 20. Round things out with the number 2. Good luck, everyone. Let's take a look at tonight's winning numbers. And thank you for playing the Florida Lottery and doing good for education. It's good fun.
And here's tonight's winning Powerball numbers. They are 60, 62, 23, 57, 44. Powerball's 9. Cash for life is 9, 13, 43, 51, 57. Cash Bolt is 2. Ryan Welch is here with sports. It was home, sweet home for the Magic today.
Yeah, this team needed a huge lift this evening, and the Magic faithful provided it at the Kia Center. Great game against the Spurs that went right down to the wire. We'll show it to you coming up. And has UCF's bubble burst? Well, it sure has for the time being following today's setback in the Lone Star State. We will be right back.
It's really about getting the truth, trying to dig down and figure out how this story impacts you.
These stories matter not just to us, but to the entire community.
We want to make sure you have everything you need to know, that we answer all of your questions.
Now we're breaking down the whole story, what matters to you, and getting the answers you want.
Because that's what you need to know before you go to bed.
News 6 at 11.
Watch meteorologist Samara Kokinos for your weekend forecast. Weekend evenings on News 6.
Welcome back. Remember the Magic team that was so dominant at home at the beginning of the season? Well, now is the time to pull that squad out of mothballs, because including tonight, 10 of the next 11 games are at the Kia Center. So let's hope it is a great one tomorrow, and we'll be right back.
Trooper Steve on Patrol is sponsored by Gibson Truck World. We are the king of trucks.
All right, so visibility pretty good right now, 7 miles in Palm Coast, so we can tell that fog will move in continuously tonight going into tomorrow morning, so be ready for that.
Be careful driving it. Apparently there's some football game on tomorrow, so yeah. Jamie and Ryan have a lot to talk about, and after the whistle, and they're hoping you stick around. 2 minutes.
Welcome to After the Whistle with Jamie Say and Ryan Welch. Sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
And welcome to After the Whistle, show number 27 of the season. It's number 1, though, in our hearts. I'm Jamie Say.
And I'm Ryan Welch. Coming up, we count down to Super Bowl 59, breaking down the matchup between the Chiefs and Eagles. Can KC three-peat, or will Philly get revenge?
And we also start counting down to the Super Bowl of racing next week's Daytona 500 with a chat with one of its best drivers, a Cup champion.
Yeah, but we start the engines in downtown Orlando. The Magic were stuck in low gear on their recent road trip going 1-4 out west. They had the chance to pick up 3 wins at home this week before the All-Star break.
Yeah, their homestand starting tonight against San Antonio.
Together for the Gators as well. Coco cannot lose tomorrow. My thanks to Coach John Wilkinson for his time.
Okay, we've got to take a timeout, but coming up, the big race in our backyard next weekend.
You understand what it means. Everybody does, right? Not only the drivers, I mean, every team member knows what we're going down there for and what opportunity awaits for you.
Driver Ryan Blaney's come close to capturing the Daytona 500 checkered flag. Will next Sunday be his race? Conversation with Blaney coming up after this.
Sign up to be an insider.
Insiders.
What does it mean to be an insider? Join thousands of others in this unique community to gain access to all kinds of exclusive content, like extended interviews, behind-the-scenes looks, and bloopers. Plus, enter contests, get exciting deals, and more.
100% shocked. She called me. It's like, what? Are you serious? What did I win?
It's just a great way to know a little bit more beyond the newscast.
Sign up to be a News 6 Insider at clickorlando.com/insider. Sponsored by the Orange County Library System.
Welcome back to After the Whistle. Jamie and Ryan with you. The Daytona 500 is fast approaching because that's how that race rolls.
Yeah, the 67th edition starts at 2:30 next Sunday. There will be no shortage of storylines. Every driver in the field will be gunning for that prize, the Harley J. Earl Trophy. It paid a visit to the News 6 studio this week.
Really good stuff from Ryan.
My thanks for Ryan for spending some time with us.
Absolutely. After the Whistle has to call a timeout. We'll be back right after this.
Good stuff there from Florida.
All right, the big game. Here's a live look at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, where the Eagles and Chiefs will do the battle tomorrow night. You're picking
24-21 Philly.
I'm going Philly as well. That's it for After the Whistle. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.